he says that you were once conducted yourselves in the lust of the flesh, fulfilling the desires of the flesh and of the mind, and were by nature children of wrath just as others. So there we sat. All of us sat in darkness. And then as we read out of Isaiah, the light came. God sent His Son in the fullness of time. And then look at the next little phrase, 2 words in verse 4. But God. There we sit. But that but God goes all the way back to Revelation 13 and 8, what we started off with. Back behind the foundation of the universe, or the world as we know it. But God, look what it says about Him. Who is rich in mercy because of His great love with which He loved us, even when we were dead in trespasses. So we were all dead. Before you got saved, you were half dead. You had a physical life, but no spiritual life. And that's why it's important to understand what God's saying to us about the guy on the road to Jericho. The one who stopped poured in the oil and the wine, right? The blood and the Spirit brought his life to him, right? This guy was half dead, right? You're half dead until the blood of Christ and the oil of the Spirit comes into your life. And so He says to you and I, He says He loved us while we were dead, made us alive together with Christ. By grace you have been saved, and raised us up together. Look at this next one. Next phrase. And made us sit together. The testimony I shared with you Wednesday night was so important about how Jesus gave my friend who died, passed away from AIDS. He took him out of the feces, out of the sewage, and He didn't just get him. See, that's what I wanted you to understand about what He's trying to get across here. In that dream that my friend had before he died, that didn't think he could get right with God, that Jesus in this beautiful white robe stepped into that sewage that my friend was consumed by, brought him out of that, cleaned him off, didn't just say, now you're clean. But this is important, I think, in that dream, because He took him to His table and set him down with Him to eat. See, Jesus don't just get you and I saved, get us all, we all have to get out of the sewage, you know that? That dream was for my friend to renew him and restore him before he died. But that's all of us. We're all in the sewage, right? There's none good, no, not one. All our righteousness is as filthy rags. And you go ahead and run that and see what you find out when you run what He's really talking about there. And you take that, right? So He had to get us all out of the sewage. But He don't just get us out of the sewage, right, and turn us loose and say, get on the way now. He takes us to be seated with Him.